Alright, so I'm going to go over some quick things from Unit 3B, the key features and all that you need to know for the final. So this first one, it says given the function, find all the key features algebraically, sketch it. Remember, sketching is just to make sure you did a good job on your algebra. If you look, this is in standard form. Your A is negative, so you're going to open down. Okay. Vertex in standard form is opposite of B, so in this case that's 6 all over 2 times A. So you end up with 6 over negative 2. So the x coordinate is negative 3. So that goes here. That also tells you your axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 3. Make sure your x equals is in there. The y coordinate of your vertex is negative 3 squared minus 6 times negative 3 minus 8. Don't lose that double negative there. That ends up being, well, negative 3 squared is 9, but then you have to apply the outside negative, so negative 9 plus 18 minus 8. So if you have negative 9 plus 18 minus 8, you end up at a positive 1, which tells you the y coordinate of the vertex. If this is opening down, that also tells you that this is a max value at 1. The highest that's going to go is 1. The x-intercepts, every x-intercept has a y-coordinate of 0. So we have 0 equals negative, I'm going to factor out a negative right now, x squared plus 6x plus 8. So 0 equals negative, that factors to x and x, positive 4, positive 2, x squared, 6x, and 8. So your x values there are negative 4 and negative 2. So your x-intercepts are at negative 4, 0 and negative 2, 0. Last but not least, your y-intercept is when x is 0. So if x is 0 and you were to substitute that back in, you would end up at negative 8. Okay, draw a quick sketch. Make sure that you're good to go. We are at negative 3, 1 for our vertex. X-intercepts are at negative 2, negative 4, and your y-intercept is down there at negative 8. Looks good. Okay, you guys, you want to look for things like your vertex isn't in the middle of your x-intercepts, or your y-intercept is above the vertex and it's supposed to be pointing down, stuff like that. Make sure the picture checks out. All right, the next one is in intercept form. Cool. So the first thing we're going to do is say that this x value, or a value, is 1, so this is going to open up because a is positive. I'm going to go straight to my x-intercepts, which are going to be negative 3, 0 and negative 1, 0. Sorry, I don't know where all this purple is coming from. Here we go again. Let's just get rid of that and rid of that. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right, so then to find your vertex in intercept form, it's smack dab in the middle of those. You guys, you can look at that and probably tell that the middle of negative 3 and negative 1 is at negative 2. If it's not that easy, then you just say, okay, cool, P plus Q divided by 2. That'd be negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. Okay, so either way. So that also tells you that your axis of symmetry is at negative 2. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with this purple. Sorry. We're just going to have to ignore it. There we go. All right, so then the y-coordinate, similar to up above, we're going to substitute in. You have negative 2 plus 3 and negative 2 plus 1. So when you do that, you end up with negative 2 plus 3 is a positive 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is a negative 1. So multiply those together and you get a y-coordinate of negative 1. This is opening up, so it is a minimum at negative 1. Last but not least, we need our y-intercept. That is when x is 0. So y equals 0 plus 3, which hopefully you don't need to write this out, but I will for you, and 0 plus 1 gets you 3 times 1, which is 3. Whoa. My computer hates me today. This is fabulous. So fabulous. Cool. All right, so we are at 0, 3. Again, you guys, do yourself a favor. Draw a quick sketch. We're at negative 2, negative 1. These are our x-intercepts. Y-intercept is up here. Looks pretty darn good. All right, last one, vertex form. Remember, vertex form, the easiest thing to find is the vertex. Your A value is a positive 4, so this is going to open up. My vertex is at -4, -12. Remember, coming out of the parentheses, you change your sign. This tells me that I have a minimum at -12. My axis of symmetry is at x equals -4. Your intercepts here is where you're going to do the work. Your x-intercepts means y is 0. So 0 equals 4 times x plus 4 squared minus 12. You guys don't get lost here. Add your 12 over. You get 12 equals 4 times x plus 4 squared. Divide both sides by 4. You get 3 equals x plus 4 squared. Square root both sides. You get plus or minus the square root of 3 equals x plus 4. Subtract over your 4, you get -4 plus or minus the square root of 3 equals 0. Okay? Now, you guys, that doesn't make much sense to graph, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw those in my calculator. -4 plus the square root of 3 is about, sorry, I put 0, that should be an x, -2.27. -4 minus the square root of 3 is -5.73. So, your x-intercepts are -2.27-ish, comma 0, -5.73-ish, comma 0. Okay, in the coordinates, you don't need to write the approximate symbol. It just doesn't make sense. All right, y-intercept, you're going to set x equal to 0. So, we have y equals 4 times 0 plus 4 squared minus 12. Just watch your order of operations here, you guys. Some of you really like to ignore that. So you have 4 times 4 squared minus 12. So y is 4 times 16, because that's 4 squared, minus 12. Literally, my computer hates me so much. There we go. That says 21 now. Oh, man. What do we need to move here? This guy. Hey, 12. Cool. All right, so 4 times 16 is 64. 64 minus 12 is 52, so your y-intercept is at 0, 52. All right. Double check it. Your vertex is down at -4, -12. Our x-intercepts are at -2.27-ish, -5.73, which is good. And we're way up there at 52. Looks good. All right. On the back, we have standard form, vertex form, intercept, factor form. You guys, this is what we just went through on the front. So what do we need for each equation? Every single one, you need an a value. Remember, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay. And then your vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And your intercept form is y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. All right, so you guys, what do you need for each one? Let's start with vertex form. I'm going to come back to standard form at the end. We obviously need the value of a. Okay. And then you need the vertex, which will tell you h and k. Over here, for intercept form, we need the a value. Okay, and then you need the x-intercepts. That will tell you what p and q are. Okay. Now, remember, if you are coming from standard form, standard to vertex, then you need to find the vertex using x equals the opposite b over 2a, plug it back in, go from there, right? If you are coming from intercept to vertex, your a value is going to be the same, so you're not doing any work for that. For your x value of your coordinate, or I guess your h, doesn't matter. To find the vertex, it's p plus q over 2. Okay, so you're either going to be coming from standard to vertex or intercept to vertex. Either way, you need to know how to find the vertex. You're either opposite b over 2a or adding your intercepts together, dividing by 2. All right, for the intercept form, you need your intercepts, right? So if you are in standard and you are going to intercept form, then you need to factor. Okay. If you are in vertex form and you're going to intercept, this is the annoying part. We talked about this in the lesson when I taught this, but as a refresher, if you're going from vertex to intercept form and you're just trying to change, you need to find your x-intercepts, but really you're going to have to multiply out to standard and then factor if you're just going from form to form. Okay, so remember that's one is a little annoying. So it is what it is, but those are your options. Okay, again, A doesn't matter. Now, if you come back over here, are looking for standard form and we give you intercept or vertex form, obviously the A value is the same. If you are going from intercept form to standard or vertex form to standard, it doesn't matter. In both cases, you need to multiply out. And then combine like terms correctly. Meaning follow your order of operations. Okay, so I don't care which one you're doing there. Whether you're intercept to standard or vertex to standard, it's the exact same thing. Okay, A is the same in all of them, so that's the easy thing to pull. So let's practice that a little bit. If you look at number 4, it says a function has a vertex at the point. Let's get an actual pen here. -5, -3, so that's your h and your k. Passes through the point 1, -12, so that's x, that's y. We want it in vertex form. Sweet. So y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So we need the vertex and the a value. We have the vertex, we don't have the a value, so I'm going to substitute in and solve for a. Y is -12. We're looking for a. X is 1 minus a -5, so that's going to turn into a plus. Squared minus 3. You guys watch your order of operations here. This is stuck together. Okay, so I'm going to add that 3 over and get -9 equals, well, we have a times 6 squared, so -9 equals 36a. So if I divide both sides by 36, watch yourself there because a lot of people mess that up, then your a value is -1/4, which means your function in vertex form is y equals come on computer, sorry guys, -1/4 times x minus a -5, so that's a plus in there, squared minus 3, and that would be your vertex form. Okay. Alright, for number 5, it says a function has zeros at x equals -2 and x equals -5, so you should be thinking intercepts. Passes through the point 4, -8, write it in standard form. You guys remember, you can never go directly to standard form. You have to get there through intercepts or you have to get there through vertex. In this case, we're given intercepts, so we're going to start with intercept form. Okay, this is my P, this is my Q, doesn't matter, I just assign them. This is my X, this is my Y. Same deal as the last problem. Okay, we have -8 equals a times 4 minus 2 times 4 minus 5. -8 equals a times 2 times -1. So we get -8 equals -2a, so 4 is a. Well, that tells me that intercept form is y equals 4 times x minus 2 times x minus 5, but remember we want standard form. So now we just need to go through and multiply that out, and we get y equals 4 times x squared minus 7x plus 10. When you multiply that double distribute out your parentheses, and then distribute in your 4. Your standard form is 4x squared minus 28x plus 40. Cool. All right, so bare bones, but those are all the basics that you need to know in order to get through the Unit 3B questions on the final review, all that. Let me know if you have questions.